Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Delightful Creations. I'm Amber and today is Focus Friday. So I hope you all had a great week. I'm so excited to be here with you and we are going to read from the Bible today. But first, I wanted to look at the verse in this Illustrated Words of Jesus for Wisdom, a daily devotional. So I'm just going to read today and it's August 15th and it starts off by saying, turn things upside down. And the scripture is Mark chapter 10, verses 43 and 44. Whoever wants to become great among you must be your servants, and whoever wants to be first must be slave of all. So that talks about being a servant first, and then that is how you get into the kingdom of God, is by serving others. So we're going to go to Mark. That's Matthew, Mark. And chapter 10, 43 and 44. I always like to read it from my Bible. I just prefer this language here. So 43. But so shall it not be among you, but whosoever will be great among you shall be your minister. And whosoever of you will be the chiefest shall be servant of all. So the leader is supposed to demonstrate how to be a servant to others and give fully of yourself. And now we'll go ahead and actually read the devotion. Does this sound like upside down thinking? Why would a person choose to be a servant or a slave? Most people dream of being the boss and being in control of others. So why did Jesus make this statement? It's simple. Remember that Jesus' teaching focuses on loving others. That love is shown by putting others' needs before your own, so that in a sense you will be a servant to others instead of thinking of yourself first, right? Because Jesus wants us to be more like him, and to be more like him, we need to be selfless. And then on the bottom, it has another verse for us to read, and it's Ephesians chapter 4, verses 11 through 13. So I'll read it here. Christ himself gave the apostles, the prophets, the evangelists, the pastors, and teachers to equip his people for works of service, so that the body of Christ may be built up until we all reach unity in the faith and in the knowledge of the Son of God and become mature, attaining to the whole measure of the fullness of Christ. That's so awesome. So we're going to turn things upside down today. We're going to put our thinking of putting other people first. And for some people that may come really naturally to think of others. I know as I don't know if I should say fellow, but as a people pleaser, that's what I am. That's something that I struggle with. I put others first and I often think about them before myself. So it's actually really difficult for me to think about myself and my needs and what I want. But putting that in perspective as to I have to take care of myself so that I can take care of others. I take care of myself by spending my time reading my Bible and my devotion and listening to my Christian music and relaxing. I do things for myself and I don't feel selfish in doing those things that build me up with goodness, that fill me up with God's grace and love and wisdom and knowledge so that I have a full cup. Because if I'm running on empty, I don't have any patience left to give my children or maybe the person in line that has a full cart of things and I've got 3 things and I'm standing in line behind them and I'm being impatient, right? So anyhow, that's our scripture for today. So last week we made this beautiful Bo Bunny paper masterboard, and since it said turn things upside down, I thought it would be kind of a fun. We're just gonna rotate our paper. These are all my scraps, and so I've kept those just off to the side. What I wanted to start off doing first is I'm gonna grab my mat, even though I don't think I really need it. I want to go ahead and we're going to blend all these, maybe not all the lines, some of these lines together. So let me I'm going to grab a piece of paper. Maybe if I can reach one. Oh, what is this? Oh, cotton candy. Perfect. Right here. I don't need that for anything. And I'm going to put my paint on there so that I can just dip my finger. Yep, we're getting messy today. Get messy. And I'm just going to rub some white paint. You could use acrylic white paint. You could use gesso, you could use texture paste, you can use whatever you want. You can use colored paint, that'd be fun. But just all I have in my craft room here is white, so that's what I'm going to be using. And I'm going into some of the paper scraps, right? I'm not making it perfect blend. Some places will be a little bit thicker. I've learned just to embrace the messiness. So I'm just being messy. We're turning things upside down. We're going out of our comfort zone today, right? Something I don't usually do. And I certainly don't use my left hand. I don't know why I decided to go in with my left hand, but hey, that leaves the lever of control even more unexpected. So maybe if you're right-handed today, maybe you go in with your left hand as well. And just have a fun play with your paint or your texture paste or whatever it is you're using. Okay, so I'm just going to go around here. And this is just kind of pushing this paper more into the background. It's adding another layer and it's making it a little more fun, honestly. Yeah, just give it a try. You might actually really like it. This is something that Shanuki Arts does a lot. And that's kind of where I've learned this technique. She likes to blend her edges. Maybe not all of them, but a lot of them. She likes to blend them back. I'm going to cover up some of this boring green over here. Okay, I think I got a little too much paint. That's all right. And all of these down here, these three are solids. And so that's going to add a lot of interest here. So I'm going to go along and just smudge that around. And this will dry really fast. Thankfully, also because it's hot today. It's like, whew, it's hot out there, guys. Hot, 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 hot. So I'm happy to be down in the basement for a little while crafting and enjoying just a little bit of peace and quiet. Have errands to run this afternoon and lots of things going on. Finishing up getting the rest of the school supplies, all the things, right? School. My kids start school on Monday. That's really exciting. I'm going to put a little bit more right here. Okay. And my fingerprint. And they're even. Look at my fingerprint even. Oh, that's fun. Okay. Try to blend out my actual fingerprint. Okay. And then I don't want this corner down here to have nothing, so I'm going to add a little bit more right here on these cameras. You could use a paintbrush for sure, if that is your preference. You don't have to use your finger. I don't have a paintbrush. So I have a finger though. You can always paint. And if you don't want that either, you could use a piece of scrap of paper and like smush it on there. Again, you're not going to get the accuracy, but that looks like more interest, doesn't it? Looks like more fun. Okay, so I'm going to finish let that dry. I'm going to go wash my hands. I'll be right back. All right, I think it's mostly dry for what I want. So I'm going to grab my next layer. I want some doilies. So I'm going to use 2. And these are my coffee dyed doilies. This one's quite nice. And I'm not sure if I'm going to use both 2 full ones. So maybe I'll use the grungier one first. Yeah. And I'm going to cut it not in half, but just down there. And I think I want a piece here. I definitely want something here. And then I'm going to cut this one kind of in half. But I'm not going to be using that piece. And I might put this one up here in the corner. There we go. And it would be kind of fun to have one in the middle, I think. I don't know if I want the whole one in the middle. I'm going to leave it like that for now. Glue would be great. I'm going to use my glue stick. Mr. Glue Stick. Yes, yes, yes. So I hope you all are having a great week and are excited for your weekend and whatever God has planned for you. And, what you have planned for yourself as well. We are going to be traveling, and so we're just we're going to be spending a lot of time in the vehicle on Saturday, and then we'll be back home late Saturday night to relax before the first day of school on Sunday. So it's going to be quite interesting to see how that all plays out. That was way too much glue, but that's okay. I'm okay with it. Get it on. We're going to get it on there, and I'm just going to use the little extra here that I can smoosh up like that. No need to waste it. And then just lightly get these edges. Yeah. Okay. And then we'll put this one in the corner. I just thought we would keep going with this masterboard because it is unfinished, and I thought it'd be fun to have kind of more of a finished masterboard since we got the base done. This is still the background, but we're building it up. We're adding to it. I think I will add this whole doily, I think. Okay, we're going to go ahead and add this whole piece in the center, because why not? I don't know how much of this we'll actually see at the end, but for now, we're going to see it. So that's exciting. Right here. Yay! And now I've got really glued fingers. There we go. Give that a chance to dry. I was wondering if I wanted this bit over here in the corner, but I don't think so. I'll just put that in my little scrap bin there. Now I'm going to go wash my hands again because they're all sticky. And throw this bit away. And maybe I don't need to wash them. Maybe I'll just crumple this piece of paper up and it will get the glue off. Most of the glue anyhow, right? Okay. What should we do next? Next step. Let's grab some stamps. I haven't played with my stamps in a long time. Let me pause so I can grab it out. There we go. I got my pretty little bag of stamps here, and I've got some of the envelopes on the back of it. So that's really cute. And I thought I would just pick some that have the same type of color scheme like this here. This has a beautiful rose. And I'm just going to tear off the extra of this paper. Okay, there we go. I'm going to put that one right here in the corner, I think. Or do I want it over here? Oh, I think over here. Okay, I'm going to glue that one there. And I was originally thinking I would get five stamps, but we'll see how we go. That's my son's locker number at school this year. I'm so excited for him. We went to orientation, and that's his new locker. So 5 was kind of in my brain. So I've got 3 doilies and then 5 stamps, and I think that'll be great. And then any other points of interest would be, how about a, bonuses, because that'll be our big focal image. So let's see here. There's no purple in this image. Here's a nice floral. Didn't really want necessarily all florals. A queen would be lovely, but I don't want 3 of them. An aster. No. What do we got here? Ooh, some raspberries. Ooh, that's quite nice. And it's got that stripe bit from the envelope. Yeah, I think I'll put the raspberries over here. Let's see. What else do we have? What else do we have to play with? So I didn't mind if they were all orange. We don't have any orange. Ooh, here's a birdie. I know I don't have very many birdies. This one's on the back of a postcard, I think. So go ahead and use this bird. And I'm being mindful of not just plopping something right down in the middle of that. I think I want the birdie to live right here. Because I know I'm going to cut this up. We're going to cut this. This isn't going to be just a full page in a journal or anything like that. And I'll glue this one down. Glue it down before I change my mind. That happens sometimes if I don't just make the decision of where to be. Then it won't happen. See, and I'm already changing my mind. I was going to move it, but leave it there. Leave it there. Okay, there we go. Oh, I got a cute little owl. Oh, he's cute. We might add him. I might save him for fall, though. Ooh. Okay, what else do we have? What else do we have in here? Some more fun pieces. A car. Nope. It's pretty pink. How about this? This looks interesting. It is American music. I actually really like to have music paper. I'm going to rotate my paper again. We need something quite, unique over here in this corner. I think this will be great. Even though it has a pop of red, I'm okay with that because this isn't the full image. The full finished product is what I'm trying to say. Yes. I'm going to put that right here, and that also blends my seams in right behind that. And I realize I'm covering up some of that white, but that's okay. That's the point of just enjoying today and having fun. Okay, one more. I think I might just save the owl for fall stuff. Ooh. I can't wait to play with fall. There's some blue, but I don't have any blue in this one. And that's one, you might be able to use that stamp again. Pretty orchid or something, some type of flower. Oh, there's another one, the same one I just used. Okay, I think I'm getting fussy now. I kind of wanted more of a greenish toned one. Should we use this white lily with that green mark on it? That could work. It's not my favorite. Ooh, here's a lady. Ooh, isn't she beautiful? She would have to be like the full focus image. Like, this is big. This one, yeah, that's a little big. She's beautiful, though. I have to say that. She is beautiful. I got a dog. Oh my goodness, I have so many things to choose from. Let's see here. A horse? No. I really want to use this purple one. Okay, I'm going to use this purple one. It has the queen. It's the queen! That was an accident. I just wanted it because it was purple. I would really like to use the pink queen, but I think there's enough pink. Okay. Miss Queen, where are you going to live? Put all those back in there. Let's put her right here. Right there. All right. Oops. I still got really gluey fingers. I'll put the lid on my glue stick here. Plop these guys back in the bag. And now I think let's do a little bit of stamping. Okay. So I'm going to grab, this is Gathered Twigs. And I always grab the same stamps. So let's see here. Can I grab anything else? What do I have? I don't like this. Let's grab, let's just use this music one here. And I'll just randomly stamp. Here and there. Beautiful. And now I'm just going to stamp off whatever is on here. I'm going to purposely turn my board because I don't want it all the same, you know. Let's go here, here, here. I'm going to go at a diagonal angle maybe. Okay. I'll try to get any more of that off there if I can. This is mass chaos here. This is how we just do. All right. Okay, we got some stamping. I like it. And now I think, do I want to do fabric? I think I want to do some lace. Feeling some lace, you guys. But we should probably cut before we do lace. So let's go ahead and do that. I can get this white background board out of there. Let's do, I want to make whatever I make. I don't want to decide how many things. The only thing I'm going to be mindful of is that I don't get two of the stamps on one thing. So there's 3 bunched up here and then there's 2 here. So I think we need to start on this edge. And I'm actually going to go in this way. And I'm going to go right to there, whatever line that is. Okay, now I can see kind of, now we're going to go upside down because I know I won't cut into it. Okay, so if I go, can I go further forward? Sure can. Okay, let's go a little higher up. Right there. That might be a little bit better of a shape. Okay. Yeah, 5 inches. There we go. So there's a cute little card. Love it. That was supposed to go on it, but it got ripped off. Okay. And then this one, I'm just going to go straight down. Look at this. This could be a pocket, could be a journal card, could be a tag, can be whatever we want. And then how about, I don't want this one to be the same as this one, and it won't be. It'll be really skinny, so this one could be up and down vertical that way, or I can cut it this way, which that's what I think I'm going to do, so I can make this wider, and I won't go all the way across. I'll just go about there. I ripped my doily, but that's okay. I ripped the doily. And this, I just did that just to give me a straight edge. I don't have this little scrappy piece here. Got a big journal card or something there. And then here, how much do we have left? We've got 4. Okay, I don't necessarily want to cut it in half. So let's do 4. Do we want 4 inches? Or if I do 5 inches? Let's do 5.5. Let's do 5.5. Okay, there we go. Now, I've got a big, giant piece, this little bitty piece, this one and this one, and this one. Okay, which one? Definitely like this birdie. I'm feeling like these two for tags, this one a journal card, and this one a journal card, and this one, interesting. This will probably end up being a little cluster or something. And then this guy, that would be quite a big pocket, wouldn't it? I'm wondering if I shouldn't just cut it down, but I don't really want to cut it down. I really like it. I'm just not sure if I like the fatness of it. Okay, so these are my tags. These are my journal cards. So that I know the difference, I'm going to round the corners of the journal cards. And then I'll shape my tags. Ooh, this is so fun. And you have a matching set, no matter how you're going to use this in a journal. If you're concerned about your things not, you know, flowing together, this would be really fun to do with all of your scraps of a journal that you've made. And all of your pieces would work wonderful together. So I'm going to lose just the tiniest little bit of this corner here, but that's okay, of that stamp. It's not cutting into the stamp's image. So that's all right. And I'm using the small corner of my tag cutter just for that reason, so that I don't lose any of the image. So this tag will go that way. And my queen is on there upside down. I'm going to move her. That's kind of cheating, isn't it? I don't want maybe I want this one to be a pocket. Let's do this one as a mini tag. Let's just do that, because I don't want to turn my queen. I don't want to rip it off. Let's go this way. Teeny tiny corner. That's wonderful. Now it's not turning into a cluster. We have a baby tag. Cute little tag. Those are always fun. And now the fun bit left is to go ahead and add your toppers and inks if you're going to do that. This one's going to be a pocket, and so I'm going to divot this one. The easiest way to make it in half is to fold it in half, if you can, like this. And I just give myself a little marker like that. And then where my crunched line is, I'm going to slide it in and do my best to get it in the center, center-ish. Right there. Center-ish. It's a little bit that way. That's all right. Okay, pocket, 2 journal cards, 2 tags. What are we going to do with this bad boy? I think he's quite big. I don't like it. I'm going to trim it down. I don't like it. Not a fan of the big fatness. And I want the doily, so I'm going to take off the bottom. There. And again, it goes this direction. So, I've got this bit left here. This might look nice as a ticket. So I'm going to try to fold it in half. These will be a little bit longer of tickets. And I got to grab my hole punch over here. Sorry, guys. And so I'm just going to hole punch the edges. These will be really long tickets. All 4 corners. Let's talk about a hand workout. There we go. And then I've got this cool little ticket thing going on. And I can cut it in half. And I've got 2 little tickets. Little ephemera pieces. Ooh, that's fun. Those are cute. Okay, pocket, 2 journal cards, 2 tickets, 2 tags. I almost don't want to make this another pocket, but I almost feel like I wouldn't, it could be a belly band. It could be a really fat belly band. Yeah, I'll just leave it a pocket. I'm going to use my other punch though, just so it looks a little different. I'm not going to do the centering thing. I'm going to eyeball this one like that. And I'm also going to round the corners on the bottom of this one just to kind of make it a little bit more different than that other pocket. All right, now all I'm going to do off camera is just ink these really quick. There we are, all beautifully inked. I've got all these extra pieces here that I can totally keep adding to these and making more ephemera that would go with this. So that's exciting. I ended up out of one 8.5 by 11, a standard American sheet. We've got 2 lovely collaged, already beautiful pockets that can just literally be plopped down on the page, and then add your focal point. And that is the key to mask making, is making it as efficient as possible. And also I'm going to add some sewing and, like I said, lace to some of these elements here. Then we've got 2 tags, 2 tickets, and 2 journal cards. So I've gotten 2, 4, 6, 8 pieces out of 1 sheet of paper. And I find that to be just a phenomenal work. That wasn't too bad for 8 pieces to come out of 1 sheet. That was really valuable to me. Hope you found some value there as well. I said I was gonna add some lace, and so I'm gonna add 2 little bits of lace to my 2 tags. And I'm gonna use one of them with this pretty pink paper. And I think I'm gonna do it right here. Just a touch of pink. That's a little fat for that one. I'm gonna do it to the fatter tag. And because I don't use this pink baby girl lace very often, I thought today would be a great day to do that. And just make it nice and elegant and dainty and just, ooh, beautiful. If I could open my glue. But yeah, I will absolutely love to have these in my collection. I paused the video and tried to mess with that Fabri-Tac. It does not want to open. It's sealed shut. It's almost gone anyhow, so I'll just use a little bit of my art glitter glue just to hold this in place before I sew it on there. Mainly is the thing. And a lot of times I like to add a little loop-de-loop, but this one I think I'm going to leave tall. Just wanted to kind of tack that down. My fingers are not doing a good job of it. The glue is sticking to my finger. You get the point, right? We got that little tag topper there. All right, it is not going to stay. I'll sew it in a second. And then let's add something really tiny to this one here. Do I happen to have anything? I've got this little beachy strip here. Ooh, there's a little bit of gold, a little dainty gold rickrack in there. Ooh, fun. I love it when I can find a little bit of fun pieces left over. So let's use a little bit of this. Let's go here so I can find another little bit next time too. Okay. And now this one, what do I have in here? I've got hot pink. I don't know how I feel about that hot pink in there. Let's take that out. I don't want any hot pink staples today. Oh gosh. Nope. I have blue and green in there. Well, alrighty then. I don't think I feel that great about gold either. Okay. I'm just going to V this, and I think I'll poke a brad through there. I'll have a brad hold that on there. All right, just a second. Okay, I've chosen this really subtle, pretty little pink heart. This is actually the bigger pink heart. And I'm going to grab my awl and I'm going to poke a hole in here, center-ish, without getting my finger on the other side. Yeah. And then I'm going to put my brad in there. I'm going to put the loop of my bead rickrack at the bottom of my brad, and I'm going to pull it up to the top where my little heart shape is. It's all very intricate, dainty work that I haven't done for so long. Okay. And then I will pinch my brad shut on the back. There we go. Quick, easy way to add a piece of trim. And then it should be smushed down enough, especially if you've got it pressed pretty well. You don't have to worry too much about your piece moving on you. But I would just add a little bit of glue here at the top, especially because mine doesn't want to lay nicely over there. But I think once it gets flattened down into a journal, it will eventually lay down. As you can see, I'm fighting it. I'm just fighting all the things today. Now, if I would have turned that around, it would have worked better. Anyhow, that is our project today. I hope you found some joy and happiness here. I'll just finish that up later. And I'm so glad you stopped by my channel. Sorry for the longer video again this week. I thought it would be a little quicker decorating, but I always kind of enjoy that process and just get lost in it. Thank you all so much for stopping by my channel. We'll see you really soon in next week's video. Bye-bye.